All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to import a data set without importing a repository or a data set from a repository. So when you log into Rguroo and just you're on the landing page, there's already a blank data set already available for your use. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the one that's there. I just logged in, and I can just click inside the first cell and literally start typing the numbers that I need for the data set. So let's say that I am collecting data on the number of siblings 5 students have. So let's say the first person has 2 siblings. I hit the number 2 and then enter. And then I'm going to hit that down arrow to move to the next cell vertically. So the next person, let's say they have 3 siblings. The next person has, again, 2 siblings. The next person has just 1. And let's say the last person has no siblings, no brothers and sisters. So I've just hit the number and then enter after each one, and then the down arrow to move to the next cell down. You could also click into the next cell if you wanted to do that instead. A couple of other things that you can do: you can change the variable names. Oops. If I hit these 3 lines right beside variable 1, I can rename it. So I know that this data is talking about the number of siblings. So I can just title it siblings. Click that rename. Just note that a title for your variable cannot have spaces in it. So if I wanted to type in number of siblings, I would type in number of siblings with no spaces. Okay, so I'm going to rename that. Also, you can save the data set with a particular name. So if I wanted to, again, say siblings as the title of my data set, I could put it there and then click Save As. Once it saves that data set, you'll have access to that data set under your Data tab. And notice the last one that I have there is named Siblings. So that's the one that I just entered manually. You can also import a data set. Well, let's say I wanted to manually enter another one, right? This one's already on my screen. So I'm going to click that down arrow, and I'm going to click Create New Data Set, and it's just going to give me the option of number of rows, number of columns. I'm not going to change that default. I'm just going to create the data set, and there's a brand new one that I can manually type in exactly the same way I just did the last one. Okay, so if you have more than one data set, you can always manually enter as many as you want. Some of the Newton data sets can be kind of large, so you can also import a data set that already exists. So I'm going to jump over here to Newton. This is a question, and it's talking about mileage of cars in miles per gallon. And let's say that I want to import this into Rguroo to then use. If you notice, this data set is kind of big. So this would be a lot to type in manually. So rather than typing it in manually, I'm going to click this download. Sorry, my picture is kind of in the way there, but if I click download, it is going to download to my computer. That's saved in my downloads folder in my computer. I'm going to go back over here to Rguroo, and I'm going to click on import data set. Okay, so then it gives me the option to choose the file that I want. So if I go in here and look for the file that I just downloaded, of course my pop-up is not coming up on my option. Oh, there we go. Okay, my computer's just being super slow right now. I'm going to click on that downloads folder, and there is the data set that I wanted. Also, when you're importing a data set, one thing that you definitely want to pay attention to is the header. So notice in my data set, I had mileage of cars as the first row. That is technically, like the variable name or the title. I don't want to include that in calculations. So that is going to be my header. You have the option of the header being the first line, no header at all, first read. So in this case, because it is the top line of my data set, I'm going to leave it at first line. Okay, and then I'm going to click down here to upload. It's going to take it a second, and then, okay, it automatically comes to this page. I'm just going to X that out. And there is the data set that we had in Newton. So notice that X variable, it says mileage up there, and over to the right, I can see mileage of cars in miles per gallon as the title. So if you notice there's a number right there, then you want to click no header, right? So there's my data set that I have now imported into Rguroo that I can use. I can change the name of that data set. So if you're importing a lot of data sets in Newton and you want to remember which one was which, or you don't want to get them all confused, I can save that one as mileage, and then notice on this left-hand side, it puts mileage. It also leaves that Newton data set there. It's the same data set, right? So I could delete that one out, or whatever I want to do, keep it there. Okay, so the new data sets will always be at the bottom. It'll store them at the bottom of your data sets, menu. All right, guys. So that's how you would manually enter a data set or import a data set from Newton. Hope this helps.